everyone, this is Ashley Howard with Ashley Howard Teachers, and we are in CC Cycle 2, Week 13, 5th edition. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad we're back from break. It's so exciting to get started on another semester of CC. Let me know in the comments below, what are you most excited about this year? All right, so if you had not hit that subscribe button, I would love for you. It's for people like you that make this channel possible, and I am so thankful for you. So every time I see a new subscriber, I get so excited for us to join this homeschool journey together. All right, so don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, don't forget to stay around to the very end because I will be telling you about some freebies and some new videos that will be coming out. All right, so let's get started with math. All right, so I have some free skip counting cards for you, and I will leave the link down below, so don't forget to check those out in the description. Also, I have some great curriculum that I love, and I will leave that listed down below as well. All right, so for this week for math, we will be talking about liquid equivalents. So it goes to the tune, it's something like Alice the Camel, so it'll sound something like this. 8 fluid ounces, 1 cup, 2 cups, 1 pint, 2 pints, 1 quart, 4 quarts is a gallon. So for our hand motions, we are going to jump back and forth. So what I like to do is I like to have painter's tape, make a huge line, have them go on one side of the painter's tape, and then they will jump over it. So they'll start with 8, so they'll put 8 fingers out, and then they'll jump over and put 1, and they'll go through those like this. So they'll have so much fun with that, and then I like to tell them, let's go faster and sing them. And so we'll go a couple times to go faster. Okay, let's go super slow and jump over them. And then maybe we'll pull 1 foot or pull the other foot. So fun things like that to keep them excited about math. So that's how we will do math this week. Let's move on to Latin. So for Latin, since we are just getting back from Christmas break, I already have my Christmas bag handy. So we are talking about Latin present tense. So I tell them, how was your Christmas break? Tell me a little bit about it. And I'll show them this present bag. And I'll say, what did you do when you saw a present? And they'll tell me different answers. And I say, oh, well, we can go like something like this. When we see present tense, we say, oh, and we start with that. So it helps them to remember, to talk a little bit about their break, but also have fun and remember those first ones for Latin, because that will help them all the way through as they're learning the Latin if they remember the very first one for each conjugation. So that's how we will start Latin, and we will pull funny voices out as we say them, and we'll do actions like jumping jacks and push-ups and run around the room. So we'll do fun different actions like that for our Latin. All right, so let's move on to history. So for history this week, we have a fun one. So we're gonna talk first about the Industrial Revolution. So we're talking about Watt's steam engine first. So we'll pretend like we're pulling the train horn like this. And then for power loom, we're going to weave our fingers together like this. And then for cotton gin, we're gonna pretend like we're pulling out the seeds, which is what the cotton gin was for, to pull out the seeds from the cotton in a more efficient way. And then for spurred, we're gonna put our foot in the air like we're spurring a horse. And then for revolution, we're going to do our arms like this. And then for 1760s, we're just going to put 6 fingers out like this. All right, so those are our hand motions for history. Now let's talk about some fun things we can do with those. So for history, I like to put up pictures of all of these famous things that occurred during the Industrial Revolution so that after we've practiced our hand motions a couple times, they can run to each one as they say the different inventions of the Industrial Revolution. So that we'll walk over to the train and we'll talk about Watt's steam engine, and then we'll go over to the cotton gin picture as we say that part, and we'll go around the room and say those. So it just makes it a little more fun, and they can also kind of see a real picture of what was going on so they can make that connection. All right, so that is our history for this week. Let's move on to science. Okay, so for our hand motions for science this week, we're gonna start with Mercury, and since it's closest to the sun, we're going to go like this. And then for Gemini, we're going to pretend like we're finding a rare jewel. So we're gonna put our hand out like this and try to grab a gem like that. And then for Apollo, we're gonna make a giant A. And then for Shuttle, we're going to jump in the air like this. All right, so those are our hand motions for science. I like to do these with some fun different voices. So we might do English accent, we might do a cowboy accent, We might do a robot voice. We have so many different ones to choose from. So we like to do voices during that time. All right, so let's move on to English. So for English this week, we are talking about indefinite pronouns. And we've been talking about these for the last couple of weeks, if you remember. So we're kind of doing it to the song of the chicken dance. So we can kind of start over each single one that we do for each week, and we start the chicken dance song over. So it's kind of fun to do that way because they can do the hand motions and do the whole actions the whole time too. So we'll go through those like that. I don't like to do hand motions with that one. There's just too many words and it gets too confusing. So that is what we will do for English this week. I've also seen people bring chicken hats and each person gets to wear the chicken hat for one round, and that's kind of fun too. Okay, so for geography this week, we were talking about Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark. All right, so what I like to do is I like to show them how it looks like 3 fingers going down like this, and then you have the mitten coming up like this for Denmark. So what I like to do is I either like to sometimes I'll bring a glove for each of them to wear, and they'll touch each of those, and we'll remember that it looks like fingers and a mitten like that. Or alternately, if you don't have any extra gloves laying around, I like to buy 1 set of pencils. I think they're like $1 at Walmart. And so I'll have them touch each one with these pencils, and then afterwards they get to keep the pencil as a fun little take home. So that's kind of a fun way. You can also bring little sticker hearts that still have the back on them, and they can move those around and do fun different things like that. All right, so that's kind of what we do for geography. Let's talk about review. All right, so for review, I love to use this game. So this is multiplication, Swat. So you might be wondering, how are you using that for review? All right, so it comes with these great little swatters, and it comes with so many bugs. So it has all these bugs inside that you can use, and lots of different swatters. So what I like to do is I get a bunch of them out, and what I do is before I tape these on. So they have +5 or maybe -5. I like it to do it in a manageable number where they can practice adding and subtracting as well. So I tape these on the back, and then you can't see anything on the front. So it takes away the number here, and they tape these, and I put them all on the table. So there'll be a bunch of them. And what's great about this is you can make sure you're hitting all the weeks of review and all of the subjects because you're writing them all down here. So that's it's kind of nice to make sure you're covering everything, and then you just have your book open, ready to flip to those different pages. All right, so as they go through, they get to flip one, and they get excited because they're on 2 teams, and they see how many points their team got, or maybe they lost points, and they get to see what question they get, and they get to answer that question. So that's kind of a fun game. Sometimes I like to add in, oh, you get to a prize box, because that just adds so much excitement. So I bring a little prize box with stickers and pencils and cars and fun things like that that are super cheap, but just get them excited about playing a review game. All right, so that is our review game for this week. I will leave a link below for this. Thank you so much for using these links. They are affiliate links, but they are all things that I use, and it gives a small profit to this channel, but I so appreciate you, and it helps so much to keep bringing you free content. All right, so I wanted to tell you for art this week, for fine art, we are doing Rembrandt. All right, so I love beforehand to kind of get ready for the weeks ahead, to start checking out library books so that they can see the pictures of these great artists that they made and start to form summaries of each artist and kind of their accomplishments, what their genre was, what they enjoyed, and just give them a big picture. Sometimes we go through those great artist books and we just read all the way through and the kids are lost. And it's a great book, but I like to kind of pick out the highlights so that we're not just reading and then doing the project real fast, but they are getting the very highlights of their life and their great artwork. And they love to see the pictures and to look at the different styles and discuss the different styles and the different time periods. So there's some great discussions to be had. So let me just encourage you, get ready for these fine art weeks ahead. All right, so don't forget to look at the links below. I will have some of our links from today, the things that we talked about, and I will have a freebie linked below as well for the math and some other freebies. All right, so I hope you enjoy these. Thank you so much. Leave a comment below. What is your favorite curriculum to use besides CC? So let me know what you're using that you love at home as well. I would love to hear from you. All right, thank you so much. I hope you have a great week. Goodbye.